could be the people who could be picked up by the BPOs who badly need today the workforce. And that kind of a workforce is just not available from the metro cities. We're developing the graduates for textile firms there. We're developing today, and we intend to really do up some of those kind of arenas. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, it may be very, very interesting for you to note that many of the graduates today who are coming out of these of one of our centers on textile technology over there are perhaps the first generation earner in their family. So there is a generational change which is taking place. So we're talking about the inclusive education for all segments. Our challenge today lies in moving from just an training and an education to more towards a research and a research culture getting generated. Because we ultimately believe that the knowledge has got to be created in the system itself. And therefore, the university has to focus on knowledge creation. That's the biggest challenge. Like any other university in India, we also have this kind of an opportunity, challenge that we have. Globalization of the university is the next big challenge that we have. We believe that we need to be international, but then internationalization to us does not mean putting up a campus in the Middle East or in the Southeast Asia or anywhere in the world. To us, what it means is, can we create a global culture in our campuses within the country? And for this purposes, we are definitely looking forward, or we are inviting today students from all over the world to apply to us. Our NMAT, which is the source from where all the MBA admissions come in, MBA students come in, a test that has gone online from this year, much the same way as CAT has gone online. Today, this NMAT is being offered as the first admission test, management admission test of this country in 12 different countries of the world, which includes countries like Australia, Singapore, UK, and some of the other countries. And we hope to get some of the international students to join us this year. We also get international faculty to come and teach. We also intend to focus on terms of giving international training to our faculty. And it is in this arena that I must mention our collaboration with the Harvard Business School today. We have a collaboration, we have an MOU today with the Harvard Business School for the purpose of developing our faculty. An agreement that started last year, under which we sent about 3 of our faculty members to the global program for a participant-centered learning. Today we have almost every year about 4 to 5 faculty members going into this kind of a program, completely at the institutional expense. We hope it is these kind of things that are going to make a change in terms of bringing in a whole lot of a global culture in our system per se. Our challenge is in terms of managing the multi-campus university. We are today not just a Mumbai-based institution. We are today an institution which has a campus at Bangalore, Sherpur, our upcoming campuses at Hyderabad and in Chandigarh. And therefore, we hope to be, that's the biggest challenge that we have now. How do we transfer the same kind of a culture across the various campuses? How do we replicate Suresh Moni's in different campuses? That is the biggest challenge that we all have today. Another big challenge that we have today is that of moving away from a silo-based learning to a more integrated and a holistic learning. All along, the way that we have learned is essentially in a silo. So for example, if a student is doing an MBA, well, the student would have to necessarily go through certain kind of core courses, electives in finance or marketing or HR and everything, and at the end of the day, become what is called as a manager. You come from the industry, you know it too well, that that's not the way that the businesses are run. When you are working in the companies, you have also to be looking at technology today. You also have to understand the technology. You got to understand people. You got to understand the production processes. You got to understand almost all aspects of the business. So how to break these silos is our biggest challenge. And it is in this direction that I must say some of the steps that we took were 2 years back when our MBA curriculum got completely revamped. Last year, the revamped MBA curriculum came into the place. This provided an integrated perspective, a holistic perspective, specific time was provided, Indian values and Indian culture, the family businesses, understanding the technology, all these kinds of dimensions that we really brought it in. Ladies and gentlemen, our executive PGDBM is a step in that kind of a direction. And today, as I look at it, as you all change, our biggest challenge is, can our content, can our pedagogy, can our evaluation systems keep in touch with the changes that are taking place in your environment, the changes that are taking place at the global level? And I'm pretty confident that our campus at Bangalore will certainly show a way. And as Professor Mani said, we're looking at possibly starting some of the very unique kind of programs at Bangalore. The world is about differentiation. I do not know if it is a world about differentiation, in as much as whether the world is about what the customers are really looking for. And I believe that today, the time that we have in terms of creating some very, very unique niche-based programs, something like sports marketing, something like infrastructure management, something like a whole lot of going beyond just merely one module on business analytics to doing a whole lot of research and training in that kind of an arena. And certainly it is that kind of a dimensions that we are looking forward to. At this point of time, as I take my seat, I would always be looking forward to listening to what you all have got to say in terms of what kind of challenge you are really looking at. What are the challenges that you have today in terms of the kind of environmental shifts that have taken place, the way that the economies have shaped up. Last year, this year, you all went through last year a very difficult time period. A lot of people were on the road. Highly competent people went out of employment. Now, you're back on the campuses. What is it that you are looking for? What kind of people are you really looking for? Where do you think we are really missing? Tell us, and be sure that as a business school and as a university, we will always be responsive to that. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a very valuable insight into the arena of management education and NMIMS Mumbai. May I now request Ms. Sonia to hand over a bouquet to our trustee, Mr. Shailesh Patel, as a token of our appreciation and gratitude. Thank you, Sonia. May I now request Mr. Pavit Ponan, our EPGPM participant, to hand over a bouquet to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena. Thank you, Pavit. I now request our trustee, Mr. Shailesh Patel, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor to take their seats in the first row. We move on to the next event. Thank you. year have necessitated a radical change in the thought process of business leaders across the globe, leading to a rethink on how business is to be handled. We are looking at three major questions. Has industry been able to offer a cohesive response to unforeseen challenges? Has this impacted the way in which we are trained to think? Has this influenced major decisions in talent management? To examine the dynamics of these challenges, we have with us a very distinguished panel of speakers who have made their mark in the industry as thought leaders and have enabled their organizations to handle the challenges posed by this recession. We are grateful to all of you for sparing your time and energy for today evening. May we also take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. C. Mahalingam, Executive Vice President and Chief People Officer, Symphony Services, in his absentia. He is on a religious trip, for his continued support and guidance. I now have the honor of introducing Ms. Priya Gopalakrishnan, Director, Human Resource, ING Insurance India. Priya has completed her BCom from Mumbai University and post-graduation management from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. She joined Unilever, currently known as Hindustan Unilever, as a management trainee soon after post-graduation from IMM.